Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly marshal today. Because you see, today we are carrying on with another session of Savage Worlds Adventure Edition Deadlands, the Weird West. And I've got my, I got myself on the wrong screen here. Let me go back to where you guys are. There we go, Deadlands. And with me today are two more hombres who are going to be joining the posse. One returning to a hero he played before, and another player playing someone brand new. So why don't you tell us, guys, I'll start with you, Mo. Who are you? Who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Morris, and today I'm playing Angus Quiggle III, who is an agent of the... they're called Pinkertons, or the USA agency.
I think that, because the Pinkerton agency still exists, actually, and I think that what the game may have gotten into trouble with, in the older editions, they used to call them the Pinkertons, in the fiction, it is Alan Pinkerton who set up the agency, but now in this edition, they just call it the agency.
Yeah. Also, the Pinkertons are a bit problematic.
Yeah. The agency has also drawn a fair bit from like X-Files and Men in Black as well too. Down to your character doesn't have one, but there is effectively like the neuralizer or whatever that they use in the films.
Oh,
so
I saw that. Yes.
Yeah. So they are the for the Union. They are the ones who not only do they investigate like seditionists and whatnot, they also are the ones who track down and deal with supernatural threats. Into the secrets of the Weird West. And next up is Arlen.
All right, I am Arlen, and I'm playing Santiago El Justo, who is the finest vaquero to walk the Wild West or ride around on it when Bullseye is around.
Yes. And speaking of Bullseye, let's just change things up here, guys. Now, let me see. I've got a bunch of different tracks that were selected here. Not that. Is this the one? Nope. I got a whole bunch of low... Nope, that's not it. I got a bunch of low-key songs, but I don't think I got an actual high and a creepy one, but not a real high-octane thing. Because we're going to be starting off with a bit of a... Here, we'll use this. We're starting off today with a bit of a in medias res start. So, guys, our scene opens...
If I could do an Eagles crying a wah, 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 I would.
Where we start off is the sound of hooves. It's the sound of many, many horses galloping across. And what we see is, once again, in the Nevada desert. And as the horses are pounding along, we can see the horses come into frame, and they're all racing towards those mountains that you see on the on the screen there. And let's start off with some dice rolling here. Angus, would you kindly give us an occult roll? That's not a good sound, Mo.
Yeah.
Okay, alrighty. So you, with a 5 is good enough to get a success. We see Angus riding along, his hand on his hat, and he's looking behind, and he says, "We gotta get to Solid Rock! Hurry up!" And Santiago, you are riding behind, and you guys actually have a small posse with you as well. Let me get... oh, you know what? Actually, no, this will be the two of you. We'll keep it just you guys for now. And as you guys are racing along, we can see behind there is... So the dust of your... of your horses are kind of streaming behind you, leaving a cloud. And as that slowly settles, we then see a crest in the earth going along. And you spy a look back, Santiago, and then what bursts up through the earth and then back down again. And we see, like, this thing keeps going and going and going. it looks like this.
Mm.
And back below the earth, this is about 100 feet long. And it's moving fast as hell, too. So, guys, we're going to start off with yet another. We've been exploring a lot of the different cool sub-mechanics for Savage Worlds. We're going to use the chase rules and the proper chase rules this time. So let me set up some cards here. There we go. There you go. I need 9. All right. Angus, you've got riding, right?
Yes, not terribly good, but I do
Thank
have
God.
riding.
It's going to end pretty quickly otherwise. Alrighty, so let me just get this thing set up, and I will remind you that in the companion that we've got, you've got the full rules for chase as well, too, so if you want to follow along in that, you are more than welcome to do so. I'll go through and explain, though, just so if you guys do not want to look, but also to make sure we're all on the same page here. So, guys, I'm going to adjust your token sizes just a scooch here. I'm going to put you guys about here. Yeah, let's put you here, because this thing's got a bit of a reach to it as well. All right, and then we'll put our rattler right there. All right, so the way chases are modeled, guys, is it's abstracted, and this is a new version of the chase rules from the, what do you call it, from the previous edition. They changed them from Explorer. Mo, I mentioned that there were some substantial changes that were made, but it's in specific areas. This is just one of those areas. So we have everyone listening at home as well too. The ad revenue has helped us supply most of our players. Arlen had these already, but we have supplied our other players with copies of the not only the Savage Worlds Adventure Edition rulebook, but also the Deadlands rulebook. So thank you very much for everyone who has helped make that possible. That's folks on the Discord or the Patreon as well, too. So thank you for helping supply our players with that. So the way that the game works, guys, or the chase works, is basically you, to each round, it goes just like it does in, what do you call it, in combat, where we're going to draw cards for actions, and we'll take actions in order. If you draw a club, that means there's been a complication. Something will have come up in the chase, and we'll kind of make up what that is as we go along, and then how you deal with that. The default sort of action that you want to take in this is generally going to be change position. You want to try and get further along, you know, in the thing. Let's take a look at the speed of your horses, too. Because I think this thing might be faster, which means that it gets a bonus to its checks.
So I just clicked on, I have Born in the Saddle as an edge.
Yep.
So I increase my horse's pace by 2.
Oh, nice!
In addition to getting to reroll riding rolls.
That's fantastic. All right, so let me see here. So the horse has... Where are you, horse? Here we go. Riding horses have a pace of 12. Yeah, so this thing has a pace of like 40. So, yeah, they are real quick.
I knew I should have bought some dynamite.
So what we're seeing as well, too, guys, this is going right in. We are right near what will one day be the Nevada and California border. These are, we are riding up towards a place called Titus Canyon, right in the Black Mountains on the edge of Death Valley. Let's see here. Got my... Oh, where are you? Yeah. All right, so that's good to know for the horse's pace, because that would actually give you a bonus if you were just riding against something faster. It means that the Mojave Rattler is going to have a +2. What you guys need to do is get enough space between you. You need 4. What is it? You need 4 spaces gap in order to actually to try and escape this thing. So you're getting close there. Given the type of chase we're having, that will tell us what skill we're using for maneuvers. That'll be riding, because you guys are mounted. I'll use athletics for the rattler. A critical failure results in potential complication, and then because it is a foot-mounted or vehicular one, each card is the gap between the two will count as 5 yards. So, that's just for if you choose to take actions other than just trying to get away. So, guys, the actions, I think, are listed under the chase rules. But basically what you're going to be doing is there's a number of maneuvers you can pull, and you can also take other actions. If you choose to take other actions, like shooting or whatever, you do take the multi-action penalty, and that multi-action penalty will apply to your, what do you call it, to your change position roll if you're trying to get away. Let's see here. If we run out of space, we're just going to place new cards on there as well. Yeah. And that is that. Okay, so guys, let's draw some cards. If you see in the chase description, there's other maneuvers you can do, like boarding. Probably not going to want to jump on the back of this thing, so we'll ignore that. Evade, which gives you a more difficult chance to hit. It's you zigzagging through the terrain and so forth. Fleeing is if you have at least 4 cards between yourself and the pursuer, you will get a chance to try and flee. There's what? Hold steady is just trying to hold the line, and ramming, but that's not going to really be applicable here. And then the complications. Oh yeah, and then here's the neat thing. So the way that the cards work on this is whatever the suit of the card is that you're on currently, that determines the nature of the complication. So if you draw a club and we take a look, like, so if you guys drew a club on this, hearts is the character or vehicle is bumped. That means for whatever reason you drop back 1. So then what we do is we sort of try and interpret what this means in this. So you guys are going through some pretty, like, there's probably cactuses and such that you're trying to race your way through, and they may delay you if you guys, slow down or screw up. So let's get things rolling here. So let's start off with you.
Otherwise, just to be clear, otherwise we do it kind of basically like a comet: deal out the cards, act on the card, and
exactly
do your action.
Yep, precisely. And then your actions.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
So here we go. And one of the nice things is because we got those 2 different types of cards. Oh shit! Fuck. Santiago's got a 2. Oh, no. All right.
I'm being patient, trying to make sure Angus gets away.
Yep. Angus, you got a 9, and now Angus doesn't have anything that modifies his what do you call it? No. Okay. All right. So one thing I do need from you guys is a quick spirits check, and because Angus, you've got guts. This is a fear check here.
Hang on.
I think it's a free reroll.
Free roll on spirits made to resist fear. So
exactly. Yep.
Spirits.
So go ahead, make a, and let me see here, guys. It's a minus.
Nope.
Minus 2 on top of whatever the modifiers.
Wrong one.
All right.
Yay.
Ooh. Benny time.
Benny time indeed. Okay.
Yeah.
So Angus, you're entitled to a free reroll here anyway, so why don't you take your free reroll? $19, holy shit. Okay.
Of course. Oh, that exploded. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd forgotten the exploding. Yeah, well.
All right, so you guys spare a look back as this thing, its hideous maw opens up, all those tentacles come out and are sucked back inside as it smashes below the surface. And it seems to be, in spite of moving through what seems to be like a bunch of alluvial soil, it is moving much quicker than what your horses are, even under your masterful control there, Santiago. All right, so first up is Angus. Now, Angus, what you can choose to do is, you can choose to stay where you are. If you want to move up in the chase, you're going to need to make a maneuver or a, what do you call it, a change position maneuver.
Yeah, I think I'll try and ride to get away from it.
Okay. Okay, here's the thing. So you can automatically do. Sorry, I got something wrong here already. As a free action, you can make your maneuvering roll. So you make a riding check. If you're doing it as your action, you get a +2 to that roll.
No, I'll just do it as is.
Okay. All right, and then are you taking an action as well?
So it's dive below the ground.
It's that's correct. Yeah.
Oh right, no, I was thinking of leaning behind and just letting it have it with the Gatling pistol, but no. If I can't see anything, yeah, I'm just gonna take the +2 then.
Okay.
On that.
So you go forward, and this thing had a complication as well. Let's see here. Okay. Alrighty. Then it is this thing's turn. So because it drew a club, it means it suffers a complication, which, if it fails, it suffers a critical failure. So this could be a very short chase here. As is the custom, I'm going to grab my metal dice for this. Okay. Let's see here. It's... where is it here? Okay, athletics. And these things are wild cards, too. Okay. That is a success. And it's... Oof, he gets a +2 for the speed and +2 because it's only action. So I get a raise out of it. It is moving up towards you. Smashing through the soil. Then, Santiago, your turn. What are you doing?
All right. I am riding, and I'm only riding, so I'm going to get my +2 to the roll, right?
Yep.
To maneuver. Change what card I'm on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh. Well, that's
success.
6 is a success, but I get a free reroll for Born in the Saddle. I think I'm gonna go for it.
Nice.
Because I think I can get a raise.
Yep. Here we go. Oh! Alrighty. So you can advance yourself forward one more. Now, the reach of these things, let's see here. So as you're riding along, Santiago, you see this thing crest up, and it's skittering along on those little legs or whatever things on the side, and it's what do you call it? Its tentacles slash out and snap like right here, just shy of you. All right. So then, guys, that is the end of our first round. Let's draw some cards again. Santiago, let's go here. Angus first here. So Angus, you get an 8 o'clock. Uh-oh, complication. And Joker for Santiago. Everyone gets a new Benny. And
excellent.
You get +2 to your roll this round. Oh, and a Jack for him. So Santiago, you also get to choose when you're going.
All right. Since it lashed out with its tentacles, is it up right now?
It's up right now, yep.
All right. So I'm trying to remember the taunt and mess with the test. Yeah,
so test, you're going to have to try and you pick an ability to try and use on it, and I figure out what the resisting thing would be. And then what you can, the outcome can be either if you get a raise or if you get a success, then you can either distract. It becomes vulnerable, which means +2 to be hit, or distracted, +2 to its rolls. And if you get a raise, it becomes shaken.
Okay. I'm realizing I don't think I have a thing to do right now, really. Unfortunately, just because the only thing I can think of is basically like, a trick shot of some sort, and I don't have my pistol in my hand because I don't think I can intimidate this worm.
Very unlikely.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my +2 from the Joker and use that to cancel out the multi-action penalty of drawing my pistol for next turn and do my riding check to move.
Okay. So go ahead.
All right. And so no modifiers, right? Because it's +2, -2?
That's right.
Awesome.
Success.
I will stick with the 5. I'm not going to risk it.
All right.
Getting worried.
Okay, so then next is the Rattler. Okay, so I think I am going to take a multi-action penalty here. So it is going to try and catch up to you. Wait, I can do it as a free action, that's right, and not suffer the penalty. I just don't get a +2 to the roll. I'm going to do that instead. I just got a success, not a raise. So it's... And Angus, now it's going to try and grab you with its tentacles. What is your parry?
My parry is... 6.
6. All right. Now, unfortunately, because of the size differential between you guys, this thing does take a pretty substantial penalty to try and hit you. However, the tentacles are a little bit smaller, so it's only a 2-point modifier that I get to my attack. So, let's see here. Fighting is a... There we go. All right. So I need an 8 to hit you. Dice exploded. Ooh! Snaps at you with its tentacles. Let's see here. Okay. I'm just trying to figure it out here. So actually that's a miss. So sorry, I calculated the attack penalty wrong. So it's just barely grazes your jacket there, Angus. And this thing pulls back. That maw is certainly large enough to fit a full horse into it. Now, Angus, you got a complication. Check my... Let's see, I got a cheat sheet here. And I think I got a cheat sheet with... There we go. Awesome. Complication. So because you're on a spade, that means... Whew. So the complication... As a free action, you need to make a... what do you call it? So you need to make a riding check, because that's the maneuvering roll. And then if you fail because of the spades, we treat it as a critical failure on a maneuvering roll. So, yeah. So what this is sort of like you're racing along, and then maybe like it gives out, and there's like a 4-foot drop that you didn't realize. You're like, shit, and have to jump your horse up and go down. So give us, this is for free. Give us a riding check, please.
Yep.
Nice. So yeah, you leap and your horse hits down. Then you get to take your actions. What are you doing?
It's regretting not buying dynamite at the last stop. I'm just going to try and ride away from him.
Okay. So you're focusing solely on riding?
Yeah. He's just head down.
Okay. So you'll get a +2 modifier to this then.
Yeah. Okay. So this is with the... Oh, no, I'm not adding the trait modifier, am I? I'll just do it to the value. Ooh.
Does that include the +2?
No, that is 5 with the +2.
There you go. All right. So, Angus, you're keeping pace with him. Boy, this thing's getting pretty close to you guys. Let me move us down a scooch here. I'll move everybody down. Whoop. And... Alrighty. So then, guys, that is the end of the round. I reshuffled the deck. So, go back in reverse order. Santiago, you got a 7 of clubs. Angus. Uh-oh, shit. You got a 3 of hearts. And clubs as well. So we got a potential complication. So, first up will be Santiago, because it is diamonds. Oh, shit. So you got to make a check or you're bumped. So I think maybe this is like you find an old range fence. And you're like, shit! And so you're going to have to try and leap over this thing to avoid having to ride around it.
Yeah, so riding, is there any penalty?
No penalty.
No.
Modifier for hearts? No penalty.
Modifier for diamonds. That's what I'm on.
For diamonds. Yes, there is, -2.
Ooh, nasty. All right, but I get a reroll.
Yep.
Because of my trait.
Yep.
my edge. So -2 again.
There we go.
Oh!
Shit. So all it means is you're
Can I
bumped.
Benny on top of the
Absolutely.
the reroll?
Yep. Yeah.
All right, well then I will Benny also. I really don't want to get close to this thing.
Yep.
Still nothing.
Oh, shit.
My
All right.
D8 in writing is not paying off.
So all it means is that you were there. You still get your full slate of actions. What do you want to do with your turn?
Okay, so, and I can make a writing check as a free action to move cards
Yep.
without any change, and that
Correct.
doesn't do anything for multi-action?
Does not do anything for multi-action, no.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I looked up the suppressive fire
Yep.
rules, and I am going to try to suppressive fire. Says weapon must be able to fire at least as rapidly as a revolver, and I have a revolver.
Yep.
Can't require reloading. Creates an area of effect, and so a medium blast template around this guy.
Yep.
Is the plan, and
Okay.
so I
And he's only 10 yards away from you too.
Yep. So I'm hoping that I can give him some penalties.
Okay.
So I get what all happens. Let me check.
So attacker makes a medium blast and makes a shooting roll. Each target hit by the attack total is distracted or hit for damage with a raise.
Yep. All right. So I make. Do I just make with the? Do I get my trademark weapon bonus since I'm using my revolver?
You do. Yep. Absolutely.
Excellent. All right. So I will make my Colt Peacemaker check.
Okay. Nice.
Big roll.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Excellent.
So then this thing is hit. Go ahead and roll damage, and we treat it as if it's a raise.
All right.
So 17. Here's the thing. You turn and you're firing at this thing. You might as well be shooting rock.
Yep. I kind of figured. I was more interested in distracted than doing damage, but it's good to know that that is what's happening.
Yeah.
All right. And then I make my riding check to try to get away from it.
Yep. And a raise will put you 2 ahead.
Yeah. So. Hey,
Nice.
there we go.
All right. You can go ahead and move yourself up 2 slots there.
Excellent.
All right. Then next up is Angus. What are you doing, Angus?
Seeing that, I'm just going to try and
Just
ride
one second, but
away.
before we go on, I just want to, because I can't get it out of my head. I love the idea that you rode up and hit this this fence. You see this thing rumbling towards you. You turn and blaze away on it, and your things are pang, 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 ricocheting off, and you're like shit. Turn around, leap over the fence, and then start bolting away on a straightaway. Come on, bullseye!
Yeah, I'm really glad that I boosted my riding with my last advance, given that this is what's happening.
Definitely. Sorry, Mo. Now your turn. What are you doing?
So that's a 4 on the riding. I'm taking the +2.
Okay, you're just rolling. So remember, is your sheet not prompting you for a modifier?
Oh, it is. I didn't know whether the stat modifier was where I put it. Okay, I'll do that next time.
Yeah,
then.
when it prompts
Yeah,
you
it
for a
should say
modifier.
miss modifier or
Yeah,
other miss
yeah.
modifier or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, and it'll.
Okay. All right. So that is
Don't
only.
type the plus, just type the number.
So then we
Because if you
see
type the plus, it breaks.
Angus runs in and rides in, riding next to you. Hurry up! All right. Well, you guys got a 3-point gap between them again now. But now Annie's facing a complication. So
He's got a complication, and he is distracted, so he's got that penalty.
No, it's either he's distracted or he takes the shot. He chose.
Oh, is it or?
Yep.
I thought it was and.
No, or. Because you're either distracted, so he keeps down, to not get shot, or they have to expose themselves to getting shot, and they're hit as if he got a raise.
Oh, I was okay. Well then, okay. If that comes up again, can I choose to distract them instead of doing damage?
No. Because
Okay.
what suppressive fire is you're blazing away, and they have the choice to either get shot or go down.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is mechanically, what I really wanted was to distract him, not to do damage. So I didn't know that it would do damage or distract.
Distracting is a test.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do a test then to try and get that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Then this thing's turn. So club, it's got a complication, and it's on hearts, which means oh shit, he could be bumped. So here we go. Let's make the roll. Oh, and I do have, because he's I do have bennies for him too, and I have 1 benny for each of you guys too. So I'm not using I got with a box set. There's a ghost rock. you can use as your bennies. This fits a lot easier on the side of the what do you call it? Side of the dice roller.
Arlen, I think we got a Benny bonus.
Yeah, I've used a
before.
bunch of bennies.
Yeah, he's used one
Will you
already.
use 2 or 1?
Yeah, I've used 2.
Oh right, okay.
Okay, so this one is a. I think the fence is likewise going to keep him in the way, and what happens is he just smashes through the fence. It's broken to flinders, and I think he is going to focus on trying to catch up to you guys. So you're going to just do his action. So it's +2 to my total here. I got a exploding 12. All right, so I only catch up by 2, but he is getting closer. And if I'd done a multi-action, I could have tried to attack you guys, but what are you going to do? All right, guys. Next up, we got Angus first here. 4 clubs. Oh, man, a complication again. 5 of spades, and then this thing. Jack. Now, one thing you guys can do with your bennies, if you choose, is to draw a new action card. We haven't had anyone do that yet, but if you've got a benny and you want to try and act faster, you can draw a new action card.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So then instead of the 4, a 6 of hearts. Not faster than it. So you're down to 3 bennies and Angus. Alrighty. So this thing, I guess, will be going first. And you're not facing a complication, Angus, so that's good.
Yeah, because if I fail on a club,
Yeah.
I could end up
So I'm
getting
going to make...
sucked into him.
Yeah. It's going to make an attack. I have 4 tentacles, so I can attack multiple times. Let's see here. 1. So I'll do 2 on Santiago. What's your parry?
My parry is a 6.
6. Okay. That's actually not good enough because of the size difference. So 2 of the tentacles come lashing out to you and just don't manage to... You're kind of deke to one side and deke to the other side. Angus? Not good enough on you either. So the it misses, and now I get to make a maneuver check. Succeed, no raise. It's even closer now. Then, Angus, you're up next. What are you doing?
I'm going to snap my reins and try and just ride a bit away from him.
Okay.
I was thinking of pulling and this is +2.
Okay. Nice! 2 ahead. All right. Fantastic. Then, Santiago, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I'm racing away fast as I can.
Okay, so +2 to your roll. Now you get a free reroll.
I'm gonna re-roll it.
Okay.
Go for the raise.
Oh,
so close.
Alrighty. So you guys, what's that you see up ahead? Is that stone? So you guys are getting pretty close to the point where this will not be able to pursue any longer. At least not underground. Then it is... Oh boy, next round. So, Angus went first last time. Santiago, you're getting a 4 of hearts. Angus, Queen of hearts. And for this thing, 2 of diamonds. Nice. Angus, you're up first. What are you doing?
I'm just going to...
I guess, hold on. First,
try and...
anyone want to spend bennies to get a new action card? Nope.
No.
Okay. Angus, what are you doing?
I'm going to concentrate on riding, I think.
Okay. So +2 to your riding roll. Holy shit. Angus, you go racing up onto the hard-packed soil. Santiago.
Yeah, same thing. I am trying to get out of here as fast as I can.
Oh, jeez. You got a free reroll.
Yep, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Here we go. Nice.
There we go.
You're almost on the cusp.
Yeah.
All right. Now this thing. So it's got to... I'm going to take a multi-action penalty to both ride and try and attack. No, I won't. I'll take it. I guess the net is just to make the riding or the maneuver check. Oh, that explodes. Okay, so I got 2, 1, 2. And then I can try and attack. So let's try and tentacle you up here, Santiago. Oh, exploding dice. All right. That is an 11, so I hit.
Mm-hmm.
Then...
That's a hit with a raise.
oh, no, because it also has a +2 to hit you. So your parry counts as 2 higher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
So this thing has grabbed you. What I'd like you to do is give us a riding check at -2.
All right, riding -2.
Oh,
and
no!
I can't spend a penny. But do I get my trait reroll on fumbles, or
Let's see.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah, let's check on...
Because obviously I can't spend a penny for that because that's a critical.
This came up,
fail.
I think, one of our last sessions, too, and I didn't bother to... they've got a ruling on rerolls. Let's see here.
Yeah, because we talked about, I think it's you have to take the new roll if you choose to reroll.
Yeah.
But I don't think we saw this situation come up.
Okay, so here we go. Some edges or abilities allow a character... I'm looking at page 89 of the core rulebook, Adventure Edition. Some edges or abilities allow a character to reroll traits as long as they're not a critical failure.
Okay.
Yeah, to do so, roll all the dice again and get a new total. You may keep any of the totals generated, so rerolls never make things worse unless you roll a critical failure.
Well, that's good to know.
Okay, so that's good to know, is that you can kind of shop. So there's really no reason not to...
Might as well just take the reroll unless you do like I did. And
Yep. All right, so what happens is you were sort of like caught up in some of these tentacles, and then you're like, whoa! And Bullseye goes riding right ahead of you, whoop, and you hit the ground. Give us a vigor check, please. This will be his bumps and bruises.
Vigor. Okay, I'm going to spend a penny on that one.
Sounds good.
I need to start making some rolls.
Okay. All right, so that's success, which means that you don't suffer. Otherwise, you would have taken a level of fatigue as the wind's kind of knocked out of you. But this thing is currently grappling you, which means... Oh, so here we go. So we need to do... if the attacker succeeds in an opposed athletics check, the victim is entangled, if successful, or bound with a raise. Oh, yeah, so that's what's happened here. So he's got you. So you're currently entangled, which means you can't move, and you're distracted until freed. So -2 to all trait rolls. Angus, you spy a look back, and Santiago has one of these tentacles around him. He is fortunately about 8 meters or 8 yards away from him, but these things are going to start pulling him in. And you can see in the middle, you can't see it in the illustration, there's a nasty lamprey-like mouth in the middle of that rattler's maw. So, next turn. Drew Angus first, I think. So, Santiago. Joker! Nice!
Wow, that's the time to get
smokes, that's 2 jokers.
Yeah.
All right, and then the rattler gets a 6. So, Santiago, you get to choose when you want to act.
I'm definitely going to go before that thing.
So here's to get free. It's an opposed athletics roll.
All right. So, I did critically fail the riding roll. So if part of that critically fail, I had my pistol in my hand. If I dropped it as part of the critical fail, you should tell me now.
No, you got it.
Okay. Well, then I am going to do a fan the hammer called shot towards the lamprey mouth.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah, it's only when you're... Okay, so it's only when you're bound that you can't get a thing. So good that you had the... what do you call it? The higher parry. I didn't get a raise on you on that attack.
Yep.
All right, so then, let's see. You get +2 to all your trait rolls. Oh, and each of you get a Benny as well, too, because of the Joker.
Yep. I grabbed that.
Oh, did you? Okay, great. Yeah. And then, so +2 to all your rolls, -2 because you're distracted, so like those cancel each other out.
Those cancel out. And then it's the -4 for fan and the hammer.
And, sorry, where are you shooting?
I'm shooting a called shot into its mouth to try to get, like, because I'm guessing that that's not armored.
Yep, so that called shot is a -6.
All right, so that is a total of a -10, but I needed raises. I needed...
Sorry, didn't you isn't your pistol empty right now?
No, I fired 3 shots, and I've got 3 left. So I'm firing the last 3.
Oh, the 3 defend the hammers. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Okay.
So I don't get the full 6 chances. I only get 3 chances to explode, but this is,
better than nothing. Heck yeah.
Better than nothing. And my athletics, because this is going to get the size bonus and all that sort of stuff, I think this is a better chance.
Yep. So the size, so you actually don't, let's see here. It ignores the size modifier. So you don't get the bonus. Normally you would get a bonus.
No. I was for grappling. My chance of breaking.
Oh,
free,
I see what you mean. Sorry. Yeah. Got it.
Is what I was saying. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
So yeah, I basically get 4 chances, and I need the dice to explode anyway. So let's go.
Okay, here we go. All right.
Got close.
No.
Well, if the wild die had exploded again. No.
Okay. Come on.
No.
Jesus, going the wrong direction.
Going the wrong direction. One more.
Come on.
No.
Alrighty. So, unfortunately, that is that. Then it is Angus on a 10. What are you doing? You are currently 15 yards away from the Rattler, and you are 5 yards away from Santiago. What are you doing?
Can I sort of... I'm going to try and like drop back and then try and like grab and pull him on the horse and like try and ride away from the thing, pulling him out of the grasp.
So he's on the ground. Let's think through what these actions are going to be. So if you're riding over and you're on horseback, he's on the ground, grappled by this thing. So I guess you could maybe grab his hand, and then So how does distract work, actually, if I can try and distract it?
So again, you need to make a test. The way that those things work is test. Distracted just gives a penalty to action rolls, though it doesn't prevent it from acting. So if you want to try and do that, then what I'll let you do is I'll let you make the athletics test in lieu of Santiago. So you'll ride back into there. Oh, make a riding check, actually, first. Hold on. See if you can get yourself back there. Because we're still part of a race here. You do get that for free. Awesome. So you'll ride back in there, get your hand on Santiago, and it will be a contested athletics check. So I'll tell you what, this thing does get the size modifier bonus for it. An 11 is what you need. I got faith in you, though.
Oh.
You want to Benny that?
Yeah, I've committed to it, so I'll spend the Benny I've got.
Okay.
What have I got for? Alright.
Well, so Mo, it's cool that you've got them there, but it's probably faster if you just adjust the token on your character sheet for Benny's.
Yeah.
And just hit reroll. Okay. All right. So that is unfortunately not good enough. You take the better of the two. He's trying to get you free, Santiago. Then this thing. He's going to try and pull you in. So, Santiago, I need a contested athletics from you, please. You need to beat my 12. No. Okay. He's pulling you towards him. That's it for that round. Next up. Let's see here. Angus is up first. 7. Santiago. Oh, hold up. I forgot to shuffle them. Sorry about that, guys. Here, recall everything. Okay, and shuffle. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. We go. Jack. Nice. Santiago. Ace.
Nice.
And a 9. All right. So, Santiago, you're up first. What do you want to do? Now,
let's talk through the test. One of the cool things I do like about the test is you can do things like intimidate or whatnot too. If you're not actually, you were shooting to injure before. I know you've got no, what do you call it? Your thing is unloaded right now, but if you took a multi-action penalty, I suppose you could reload and then try and shoot. You could do a test, and on a raise, you would make it shaken. Which means it can't...
In which case, it would have to test to unshake.
Yep. Unless I'm a real dick and spend a Benny to unshake, but I probably would not do that.
Nasty.
No, we're all trying to have fun here, so... What do you think?
So I've got an idea, right? You can wait until... If you go earlier, you can wait until later in the round to go.
Yep.
Why don't I've got my ace, but I could let Angus go before me and try to weaken this thing or distract it or something.
Yeah.
Give me a chance to break free a little better.
Yep.
What do you know? Is that good with you?
Yeah, I can. I was thinking of just pulling out the Gatling pistol and letting it have it in the face, just to try and.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also to try and injure, but also try and shift its attention to me as well as instead of Arlen.
You did succeed on that occult roll before. El Justo, he had a right idea here. There's a vulnerable bit deep in its mouth. That's why the call shot was so hard at a -6.
Yeah. So I will let. So Angus, why don't you go, and then I will go essentially on a 10 in between.
Okay, I'm going to try with the Gatling pistol, I think. So I'll pull it out.
Yep.
So are we still effectively moving forwards, or are we?
Nope. Well, you can move back. Like you grabbed Santiago's hand last time and tried to get him free, but he was yanked out of your hand by this thing. Now
it's only 5 yards, so I'll just shoot from where I am then.
Okay. So then what is the range of the Gatling pistol? The Mojave Rattler is 10 yards away.
Range 12.
12. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're good. So short range, it'll be a multi-action penalty because you're drawing the Gatling pistol, and you're suffering, unless you've got something.
I've got the rock and roll.
Rock and roll gets
That helps with rate of fire, not with multi-action.
But I have to fire automatic with this.
You don't have to, no, but so it's pretty cool though. You also have a unsteady platform penalty because you're on horseback, so we -2.
Okay.
So if you're going for a called shot, the net would be -6, -2 for unsteady platform, and -2 for multi-action penalty. So it's -10 in total.
Okay, so the rough for the...
So a 14 basically is what you would need to roll.
Yeah, so...
What do you think here? You think it's better to try with more dice or just go with...
The Gatling pistol, it actually does have a must fire full rate of fire.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, and here's an upside too, is because of your rock and roll, you don't suffer the normal -2 that comes from rapid fire.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll 6d6 there. 7d6, including your wild die.
Okay. What, seven hits, or just roll it straight?
No, because you got 6 shots with the Gatling pistol. It's a rate of fire of 6, and then you also have your wild die.
Oh, for some reason something popped up in front. Right, 66.
7d6.
I'm going to cut this blind, so... 7d6.
Shit, I gotta get rock and roll.
Rock and roll's pretty great. All right, so then that is...
One explosion.
One explodes, okay, so you need that. Roll that again. Fuck. Now you could spend a Benny. You could spend a Benny and re-roll all those. 7's not good enough.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So go ahead and re-roll that 7d6. There you go. 2 are exploding, so roll 2d6. Oh. All right, so you're firing at this thing, and it's blasting away at it. Unfortunately, it's just not hitting its the vulnerable bits.
Do I have to roll the wild dice, though?
7d6 includes your wild dice, Mo.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, because it's 6 for your shots, and you always get to roll your wild die on top of that. Alrighty, so then you're blazing away with your Gatling pistol. Unfortunately, it's got 30 shots, so... and then you used a Benny as well. Okay. Then it is Santiago's turn.
All right. I was looking into bennies because I was hoping there was a rule like Jackals that you could spend a benny to get an edge that you don't have, because that would be awesome.
Yes.
But it's not.
Interesting thing, the Savage Pathfinder, that's what the fighter's ability is you can, once per encounter, you can just act as if you've got another edge.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be really useful here to blaze away at this thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have that, so I think it seems like realistically, I have to roll really well to get out of its grapple.
So here's another
I also
call
have
shot.
to roll really well to shoot it.
Called shot is, or the one you're doing right now, is for its, like that vulnerable whatever thing in its mouth. You could also do a called shot on a tentacle.
That's a good point. That's a good point. What's the called shot penalty for the tentacle?
Called shot for the tentacle will be, they are quite big, so you're actually going to get, it'll only be a 2. Because of the scale of the thing. So it'll be -2. Or, yeah, -2 to your roll. What do you think?
Very, very tricky, Madison, giving me all these options to
I know.
consider. Okay. Here is what I am gonna do. I got my pistol in my right. I was clever, and I'm gonna draw my knife with my left and try to stab at one of the tentacles.
Yep.
With it to try to get free, and that way I can drop the knife and reload the pistol, and at last chance blast away next turn if that's what is necessary. So that's a multi-action penalty. -2 for the called shot.
Okay.
What other penalties am I facing?
Distracted.
I'm distracted, yeah, so -6.
Okay. Hold on, can't you... No, I was going to say, I thought there was a Benny you could do, but to ignore it, but I'm thinking something different.
You can Benny to unshake.
Hey,
but,
remember, you also have a point of conviction right now.
Ooh. Yes. So, yeah, why don't I roll this knife attack?
Yep.
At -6, and if I get close, I'll roll the conviction on it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Roll the conviction.
Okay.
Because I need a
You only
3
need
on a
3.
d6, right?
Yep. Yes! Nice! Go ahead and roll damage with your knife.
All right.
Nice! Excellent. All right. So you stab into the side, and this thing... and its tongue goes back into its mouth. It is shaken right now.
Awesome.
Okay. So then it is this thing's turn. It is shaken. Do I want to sit on my bennies? Yeah, I'll sit on them for now. All right. Let's see here. I need to make a spirit roll for this.
The Xerxes in 300. I am a merciful god.
Yeah, exactly.
Not using the bennies to kill Santiago.
Yeah. Well, I can sit on.
Of course,
them
Mo
for-
already lost Alexander, so it's only.
I did actually
Yeah.
spend 2 bennies already for rerolls for the pursuit thing anyway.
Wow.
So I've got only the bennies that I can use on all of my stuff. So I got a success and I got a raise. I rolled a 9 on a spirit.
Oh no.
Which means I get to take an action this turn.
Yep.
Now you're not distracted any longer, so I'm just making my normal grappling attack on you. Oh, and Angus, you're in range too. Thank you, sir. so here we go. That is a miss on you. My highest is a 5, Santiago. So I think as this thing's lashing out, you're rolling to the side and skittering back up on the rock. Angus, my best roll is a 7, which is still... Your parry is a 5 or a 6?
6.
Nice! Yep, because of the size penalty. You're like, whoa! And keep back from it. All right, so you guys are so close to getting away from this thing right now. Let's see what happens. Angus... Yep.
I just noticed my shooting skill is a D8.
Yeah, no, I saw that in chat, so we got that wrong last time.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of next turn.
Okay, yep. All right. Jack for Santiago, 5 clubs. Oh, you got a complication, Angus. Oh, and it's got a complication too. Anyone spending bennies to get a new card?
Mo.
Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah. To go first to get us out of here?
Yeah, I just want to hit...
Okay, so you're spending a Benny. Oh no!
But no complication.
No complication.
Yeah, one after
better
him,
than nothing.
so.
Yep, absolutely. And it's facing a complication, and complication from spades is treated as a critical failure for maneuvering roll. So it could really screw it up. All right, first up is, though, Santiago.
All right, so can I roll athletics to just run?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is I know Angus came back for me, and Angus, if you get in trouble, I'm coming back for you. But right now we got to get out of here. So I'm going to focus on athletics.
Yep.
And just do that as my only thing, and try to get a raise so that I can run out of here.
In an older edition of it, I think they actually called it Vamoosen. So.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay, so go ahead. Make your athletics check. So you get this for free, remember? Unless you're focusing, in which case you get +2.
Yeah, I'm focusing. That's what my 2 was. Okay.
Hells.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend the Benny because I think we might need it. So I'm just up next to Angus.
All right. So then it is the Rattler's turn. So it does get a free maneuver to try. First, I got to make a maneuver check. And I get, because of spades, no modifier to it. Oh, just barely succeeded. Okay, so it's met its complication. It's going to use a free action to surge forward. It's not shaking anymore either. Oh, fuck me, guys. It's right in your square now. All right, and then it's going to try and grab you. Santiago. Best is a 6, which is not good enough. And Angus. Best is a 4, so not good enough. Should I spend bennies, guys? No. All right, then. It is Angus's turn. So this thing is right on you, chasing. In the film version, we'd see a poorly CG'd, Mojave Rattler rumbling right behind you. Santiago, as you're racing up, trying to get up to Angus.
If I can make I think instead of a CG'd Mojave Rattler, like the Chinese New Year dragon thing, have because this is a 50s Western.
Yep.
Have like a whole team of people creating a creature that is crawling up behind us.
Created by the Jim Henson Workshop. So,
exactly.
Awesome.
Would it be Ray Harryhausen, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, in 50s.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, so stop motion. It's got fingerprints all over it.
Yeah, badly synced back projection. Probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so then Angus, your turn. What are you doing?
Go, man. Get out of here.
Torn. Well, I'm going to like.
So remember, you can
ride is a free action, isn't it?
Yep. To ride away is a free action. You could still take another action without penalty. Your Gatling pistol still has 24 shots in it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to do that. So ride is a free action, and then just again shoot it in the face.
Okay, so make your roll check.
My right number of them.
Or maneuver check. You're riding.
Riding. Yeah, okay.
Yes. Oh shit. Oh man. All right. So critical fail. Oh god, dang.
Roll20 still got it in for me from last night.
Yes.
And Roll20 just loves mini games.
Oh my goodness. All right. So give us Mo. Would you give me a D6 roll, please? this game.
Sorry, did it?
Yeah, just a D6 roll there, please.
Yeah. For some reason, the Java should just
3.
pop something up over the box.
Oh man,
So I
your
can't.
mount suffers fatigue, which means you're taking -1 roll. So you didn't succeed, which means you're stuck where you are. I think your horse rears back. You're not bucked from it, but your horse is so...
Yeah.
Its eyes are wild, foam at the mouth. So you're suffering a -1 to all riding checks with this horse.
Okay.
Okay, and then
in
you get
that
your
case-
action. What are you doing?
Well, effectively, the horse is probably rearing up, and I'm turning back and just going in
Awesome.
the face.
So the only thing you... are you doing a cult shot again, or are you just going to shoot? What do you think?
I'll try the cool shot again. See
Okay.
if I can hit the
So the
vulnerable area.
net then is only -8, because -2 from unsteady platform and -6 from the call shot. So -8. Give us a... So basically here, let's do this. It'll be easier than rolling 8 times. Roll 6d8. Your target number is a 10. No, target number is a 12. Okay. Oh, shit. It gives a d6 roll. Maybe your d6 will explode. You want to spend a Benny to re-roll all that?
Yep.
Okay, last Benny's gone. Go ahead and roll 6d8. Fuck! Oh, jeez! And then one more d6. Come on, here it is. Here's the 6. It's coming up. So again, this thing's raising... Like, you could not look more badass right now with your horse reared back, its eyes wild, veins in its neck, and your Gatling pistol blazing away. Unfortunately, it is to no effect on this thing. Alrighty. Well, this is going to be an interesting round. So I think... let's see. I think, Santiago, you get first one this round. Santiago, you're on a 5. Angus, you're on a 7. And the Rattler... 2! You guys might get away! Alright. Now, hold on. It does, I think...
Are you still grappled, by the way?
Nobody's grappled, but it's right here, so it might get like opportunity attacks on us if
It
we
will get an
flee.
attack opportunity if you guys are going, yeah.
Okay, well,
I'm just thinking of trying to grab you and sort of pull you on behind
So
me.
remember, defend is an action you can take, which gives you +4 to your parry.
that's yeah. We used that with Alexander with the giants.
Yeah.
That was good.
Because you can do a free action with your maneuver. All you guys need is one more maneuver, and you're out of range of this thing. And yeah, what are you thinking, guys? First up is Angus.
Right, I'm going to sort of like try and like pull Santiago behind me, and like, or try and get him to be double up, and then we'll try and ride off.
Yeah, so I'll just delay your action to where Santiago his
Yeah,
his
and
turn
then
is.
so I'm going to say, "Come on."
Yep. So just give me athletics. Each of you give me a riding check, and you got -1 to your check, Angus. And you can re-roll yours, Santiago. Nice success with Santiago. Oh no!
Pennies. Oh.
Oh, it's the horse is just too exhausted, so it's kind of staggering back. Oh shit! So Santiago, you're not up. This thing won't let you get back up there. Shit. All right. So you guys, that was your action. You still technically can make a. So I guess you could make an athletics check and run, El Justo, if you want. And Angus, you could still try and ride away too, because you guys did spend your action doing this. You're not getting a +2. Angus, you get a -1 to your riding roll. You get no penalty to your athletics, Santiago.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I love the idea. It was circling around. You're like, let me on, you damn thing. Oh, no, Angus.
All
I
right.
should increase my riding skill.
Yeah. Oh, and a raise. So you definitely go racing up. You are up on the hard ground. Now it is this thing's turn. All right. I think it's sick of you. I'm going to do 3 tentacles on your horse, Angus. Because it's just stinking of fear right now. I got a hit. because of the size difference. I got 1 on you. Nope, that's a miss. So Angus, would you give me a riding, or give me a vigor check, please? Well, actually, hold on, no, ignore that. Your horse has been wrapped up by this thing, and it's screaming and whinnying and trying to get away, but it's been grappled by this thing. That's what it's done, and it one of the tentacles went up to try to get you, did not. Alrighty, so then we go, now it's Angus is going first. Angus, you get an O complication, an 8 with Santiago and King. Anyone want to spend Benny's 2?
So hypothetically,
Yep.
if I drew an ace, I could go first, and if I drew a joker, if Angus got a Benny from my joker, could he spend that right now to get another card?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I'll spend a Benny to go for it.
Okay.
Try to help my buddy
Here it
out.
comes. 1,
New card.
2. Ace!
Oh,
Amazing.
better to be lucky than smart, boys.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Nice. What are you doing?
All right. Multi-action penalty. Get my quick loader. Reload drop my knife because I can do that for free. Quick loader to reload the pistol, and I am going. Okay, what I'm gonna do? I don't think the tentacles will stop it, but they might shake it. Is my idea.
Okay.
That I can shoot at the tentacles. So I'm gonna blast away at the tentacles.
Okay.
And try to shake this thing so that it doesn't get a chance to grab Angus.
Yep. So then it'll be a cold shot before was a -2.
-2 for the tentacles and -4 for the rate of fire, so it's -6.
So sorry, it was -4 because you had that Joker last time, didn't you? You had that. I think it was a net -2, wasn't it, for the cold shot?
No, it was just a -2 to hit the tentacles, and the Joker canceled it out last time.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm at so that's 6, 8 for the multi-action. So I need a 12. So let me roll 6d8.
Okay. I think if you, isn't this because when you're fanning, don't you hit strays?
Let me check. I can click on Fan the Hammer and see what it says.
Okay, so I think I just cut and pasted that from the thing. Give me 2
Oh,
seconds here.
well then I guess we should see
Okay,
what
I'm
it
looking it
actually
up
says.
right now. We go set rules.
Yeah, I certainly don't want to hit Angus with me.
Or his horse, I guess, as well.
Or his horse. Well,
That's less
you know,
of a concern.
amigo, caballos, they come and go.
Yes. Well, bullseye 36.
Yeah,
Yep.
something like that. It's like Iron Man suits.
Exactly. This is my Mark 6. Okay, so there's Ranger's Edges. Oh, for Pete's sake. The book is... The way it's laid out for the edges is not great. Because they've got like edges at the beginning of it, and then they've got... Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm just a dummy. Fan the hammers. All right, here we go. Each shot's -4 penalty. Firing all 6 shots, rolling 6 shooting dice and 1 wild dice. If your shooting dice comes up a 1 or a 2, there's a chance you hit an innocent bystander. So here we go.
All right. Amigo, I'm very sorry if I hit you, but...
Go. That's 1, 2. Okay, so the innocent bystander roll.
No explosions and all of those, but I can spend a Benny because I didn't critical fail.
Yep.
Right? To reroll everything.
Yep.
So I might as well, it seems like, try to get something.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And wait, does that include your... Oh, plus 1d6. Great.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
go-
everything.
Absolutely.
So,
give her shit.
Benny.
Nice!
Oh,
1, 2,
so
3,
good.
5. So there is 1 innocent bystander shot there. I'm going to apply that to the
One
horse.
shot.
Oh, it says random adjacent, so... Oh, why don't you give us a 1 on a... Angus, you want to be a 1 or a 2?
1.
Okay, so give us a 1d2 roll. On a 1 hits Angus.
The 2.
Okay. All right.
Once again, amigo, I'm sorry. And then I gotta. I need to.
Yeah, you
do
need
my thing
1,
for
2,
the-
3, 4,
Finish those rolls.
5.
The ace.
Holy smokes! 5 exploding dice.
Yeah. So
Okay.
5 more d8.
Another exploding.
Another
So,
exploding.
You know,
so one more.
Yeah, you don't get extra benefit from the extra raises anyway. Once you either get a raise or not. So.
Right,
why-
because I only need a 12, and that's a 16 at least.
Exactly. So that
yeah.
is 1, 2, 3 shots, 4 shots that hit. So why don't you roll damage 4 times?
All right. /R. 6 exploding plus 1.
Well, you know what you can do is just maybe roll once with your thing, and then when you keep hitting re-roll over and over again.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing is the. Oh, I could just do. You're saying
Yeah, because
reroll damage
that
on
way it also includes the raise with the extra d6 as well.
You are correct. All right.
So let's ignore the dice roll or for the attack roll here.
All right. Roll damage.
Okay, so this is your first
No
one.
modifiers.
Okay, hits its hide. Second one.
Reroll.
That hits its tentacle. It's shaken. Go ahead and re-roll.
All right. Another one.
Okay, and one more. Okay, so its tentacles come off of the horse. Now let's roll damage one more time against Angus. Angus, what's your toughness? 5.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Toughness of 5.
Now, you didn't get a raise against them. It's just that. So your Angus is shaken.
Okay.
That means both Angus and the Rattler are shaken.
Angus, how's your spirit?
Oh, he's got no bennies left. Shit.
Yeah, we should use a different something
Thing
else
for
for
Ben's-
shaking on
yeah.
characters.
You know what
So
I'll
it
do here? I'll do
doesn't-
this. Brr.
Yeah.
That bodes well.
Skull
All
and
right.
crossbones.
All right, so on its turn, I'm going to... let's see here. Do I spend a Benny? I think I will. Urgh, he's unshaken. And then it's going to try and get that horse again. Because it enjoyed that. Actually, you know what? It's right in... Oh, no, it needs to grab first. So let's see here. Horses... parry is... Oh, Jesus. So because of the... I didn't intentionally do this, but because of the Kickstarter reward I actually got a copy of the limited edition and the regular edition. The rulebook, so I can have 2 sitting out.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. The rewards in a Pinnacle Kickstarter are just like easily equal to, if not better than any other gaming company. It has a parry of 4, unfortunately, and
Yeah, I was kicking myself last
Size
night
of
realizing that since I missed out on the Kickstarter, I can't get the physical books yet. They're not shipping their pre-orders right now, but eventually I will get
hell yes.
Deadlands.
Well, we've had it so like, geez, we've got at least 2 other people who've been itching to play. Hobbs has already played, but 2 other people have said they want to play more Deadlands. So,
Yep.
Okay, so I got 2 raises on this, which means the horse is bound right now, and it's gonna be dragged in next turn. All right, then Angus, give us a spirit roll, please. See if you can unshake. Yes. All right. So then you will be able to act next round. Speaking of next round, let's go. Angus, I think you're up first now. An 8 of hearts. Santiago. Oh, 2. And a 7 for the Mojave Rattler. Now, Angus, your horse is held firm here. What do you want to do?
Leap for it, Angus.
Yeah, I think I'm going to.
See, you old nag.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm going to grab the Winchester out of the saddle boot and jump and run for it.
Okay, so then because you're
I'm
multi-action...
not leaving my new rifle behind.
Yeah.
Just bought.
All right, so then why don't you just give us... you can make a maneuver check for free, so give us an athletics check. No penalty here. See you scrambling up next to Santiago. Awesome. And then on this Rattler's turn... Oh, boy.
I think we're still in range to be grabbed, unfortunately.
Yep.
If we can get away further, but...
Fortunately, it's able to bite now. So just so you guys can...
It's got a mouthful of horse, isn't it?
It's about to, yeah. Holy shit. All right, so let's see if I can get this to roll properly for you guys. Your horse's toughness, Angus, is an 8.
Hang on, let me find it in the rule books.
Yeah, no, it's an 8. I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see what we roll here. And I got to roll an 8 again. All right, so it's 21 against its 8. This horse is broken in half and then pulled into this thing's mouth. Santiago, what are you doing? Angus has run well past you.
Angus has passed me? Then I am... Ooh, am I gonna stop to pick up my knife? It is dangerous to be out in the lone lands without a knife.
You technically
I
can...
think I'm gonna hope that Angus has a knife on him.
Okay.
I do. I have a spare.
Okay. So give us a athletics check, please.
All right, and since it's the only thing I get the I'm doing, I get the +2, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So you get the necessary
Nice.
distance. Then what this rattler does next, and let's give it, since it'll be rumbling away in a moment here, let's give it the appropriate size comparison here.
In full Harryhausen stop motion effects, writhing around and twisting and full of dead horse.
Yeah, it kind of.
Yeah, this is where he wins the Academy. An Oscar for animation.
So
yeah, we spent all our budget on this, so we can't have any action for the rest of the scene. You know.
It angrily kind of hisses and screeches, and then hits underneath the soil, and you see it rolling and rumbling and disappearing away. If you guys take any extra shots at it, there's absolutely no chance of it affecting it. And that's not just me doing Fiat. That is because, remember I talked last session, I think, about heavy weapons? It may have heavy armor. So...
I'm gonna get myself rock and roll and make my pistol a heavy weapon somehow.
All right,
well,
so...
or like a Sharps or a buffalo rifle.
Yeah, get an elephant gun as my backup weapon.
Hell yeah. All right, so, hombres, having gone through that and successfully made your way to the mountains, you each get a Benny.
Nice.
All right. So let's talk about... We're about to take our mid-session break. Let's talk about what you guys are actually here for. You guys have been riding out towards the town of Hellsgate, Nevada. Hellsgate, Nevada is, as far as you know, Angus, this was the last destination of an agent that you knew named Sawyer Moore. Sawyer was riding from, from Nevada down into Death Valley through Titus Canyon. And he intended, he never reached his intended destination. You know, he left from Nevada. You know, he rode through this very canyon that you guys are riding through, but he never reached his destination. Sawyer is kind of like the Tommy Lee Jones to your Will Smith. Sawyer would have been one of your mentors. Brought you into the agency, helped you get up to, get yourself up to speed. And Santiago, why do you think you had been traveling with Angus? Would he have hired you along, having heard about sort of the weird stuff you've been involved in, or?
Yeah, hired me on, or even, Santiago is, not the most cunning of characters, shall we say, and so he gets himself into trouble often, and he might have even volunteered when he heard that Angus was going into danger, and if they had become friends before, he says, I'll come with you.
Nice. Yeah, so maybe that's right, because
that's not just me being silly. I also have the loyal hindrance. So I figured if we were friends before, it would definitely be appropriate for me to go into danger.
You know what? You met Agent Moore.
Mm.
You actually have Agent Moore helped you take out of a tight bind. And there's a neat thing. We don't necessarily need to talk about this yet. There's another mechanic we'll use later in the session. That is filling in. It's called. What is it?
Yeah, the like sharing stories around the campfire type thing.
Yeah, the montage type thing. We draw a card and then we see what. It's a cool mechanic. All right. So then, guys, let's as you now for Angus, is Angus gonna walk then, or is he gonna ride side double up on Bullseye?
Yeah, I think probably doubling up.
How's Angus's vigor and athletics? Santiago might even let you ride and walk next to it, right? A horse walking moves about the same pace as a person walking.
Yep.
Well, vigor is D6 and
Strength D4.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
he's
then
not.
I will allow you. Please, amigo, take the caballo. I shall use my boots and put them to good work.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So then for those listening at home, we will take our quick break here, and then we'll be back momentarily and see what else is happening. I'll check in with chat, and then we will see what else is going to happen when our posse reaches Hellsgate. So back momentarily.
How you doing, Mo? is not here. It is just me seeing the frozen version. Well, I guess I will say how you do in chat. Everybody out in the wide world watching us get into trouble in the Weird West. Having fun. I know a couple of people were in the chat hanging out and all that. Yeah. Excuse me. How you doing, Mo?
Yeah, not too bad.
Nice. I was pretty hairy there for a minute.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, I did think about improving my riding, but wasn't sure whether we'd actually be doing much, so. Yeah, so I'm just finishing off the wine from lunch.
Nice. Yeah, I'm realizing now that I forgot to eat lunch, and therefore I am getting hungry, but it's okay. I will have something to eat after we deal with whatever nastiness is waiting for us.
Alrighty. So, sorry about that, guys. We have gone. It's that time of year here where we have t-shirt weather 2 days ago, and it is snowing again today. So, you don't like the weather in the mountains? Just wait. So, checking very quickly with chat here. Brian, what's going on? Hello, hello. Morning. Greg, what's going on? Cacti. You got it. Somebody say thank you for streams. Oh, thanks, Basti. Catch up with Nevada Nights from 6 days. Oh, terrific. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Alrighty, guys. Let's jump back into the game. So, where we left, our heroes is walking their way into Hellsgate. And lest you think that name is too on the nose, there is a Hellsgate, British Columbia. Yeah. One of the nice things with, there's in, what do you call it, in Death Valley, there's a town called Furnace Creek as well.
Nice.
Yep. The best shower I ever had in my life was at Furnace Creek on account of camping in Death Valley.
I was going to say, I think the best shower you ever had is not based on the shower. It is based on the circumstances surrounding it.
That is most definitely it. I camped there 2 nights without showering. It is about 40 degrees or 42 degrees Celsius at night in Death Valley in the summer.
Nasty.
Yep, it is very uncomfortable. All right, let me quickly get a couple handouts ready here. So one of the things that I was just thinking about during the break that is so neat about this game is how you guys made use of a variety of different things. Like it's not like some other games where you're just like you got one, unless you got a selection of spells, you have kind of like one go-to thing you're doing. You guys use a huge variety of different things to try and manage the situation, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Well, I think this Savage Worlds has that very like you could try anything feel, right? Because every die could explode.
Yep.
Even if you only got even if you're unskilled and you got that D4 -2, you could still totally roll, a couple of 4s in a row and have some ridiculous roll on something you're not supposed to be good at.
Yep.
By trying it.
Yep, absolutely. And you got bennies to take a second shot if you fail.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome.
On the other hand, we saw how lethal it can be with Alexander, so it's not like it is. It's capable characters, but still very vulnerable, which I think is it's a good balance.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember playing like about 3 versions ago. We noticed that it was quite. If things go wrong, you can be in trouble.
Yeah,
quite quickly.
Yeah, I was pretty sure I was going to have to pick a new archetype for the second half of the session at one point there.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's also, like the adversaries that you guys are facing too. I'm still learning the game as well, so it is a matter of you guys learning, or me learning what I can throw at you in what circumstances.
Yeah, all sorts of chaos.
But it's man, is it enjoyable? Okay, I can't believe it took an hour and a half. Not it took, but I can't believe an hour and a half went by in that first chase.
Yeah, that was a great, a whole kind of extended special sequence to test out those chase rules and get a real. And we had like almost every special rule for the chase come up, aside from trying to ram the thing with our horses, which seems like that probably would not have worked.
And it's like
this is almost like the opening scene. And like that's the in media res, and then just as it ends, you then get the titles up after.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man. Well, I'm feeling less pressure to get this done in one because we got Savage Sunday next weekend as well. If other folks want to, I know we have roster players who were itching to get in, and I got this one structured in such a way that is not going to kill me if we don't get it done today.
Cool.
Which also means you guys will be getting further advancements. So, if you survive, that is. If you get eaten by a worm, there ain't much I can do for you.
Well, you can always come back as a what are they called?
Harrowed, but inside the worm.
Harrowed.
Yeah, but you do have to draw. Yeah, you got to draw a joker, I think, on a fresh deck of cards to come back. When you die, we draw that, and then if you've got a joker, you come back harrowed.
Yeah, it's 1 in 26. I think, is it?
Say again?
Right. 1 in 26, isn't it? I think.
1 in 27.
52 cards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
2 jokers
1 in 27.
And 54 total cards with the jokers. So, 1 in 27.
Okay.
But if you go through enough characters, you're going to get one of them. Right?
Exactly. You can start with a harrowed character as well, too, if you choose.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where's the fun in that?
Oh, absolutely.
But I quite like the agent, and it's a bit like the Black Star Rangers in Winona Earp.
Yep. I'm
sort of imagining it a bit like that more than. You could totally do a modern day Deadlands.
Deadlands Noir is a phenomenal game as well. Deadlands Noir is set in the 30s to 50s.
Do that Cormac McCarthy modern day Western.
Okay, so
but also with zombies and horror stuff, because why not?
Absolutely. So, as you guys, let me give you a sense of what the Black Mountains, as you're making your way through Titus Canyon, what you're going to be looking like. So this is sort of what to expect at the peaks as you're riding along. Angus, you in the saddle, and El Justo walking alongside. And it's not long. It's maybe about an hour when then you guys finally come upon a small town. and we cut to see you guys walking up, and looking to your left, you can see the sign that says Hellsgate, and then there's a board that's been painted on and hammered on top of the Hells part of it. It says Heaven's Gate. This can do critical damage on movie studios. All right.
Angus, what do you make of that? You think these people found religion?
Possibly. Either that or just someone was making a point. But yes, well, we'll find out what we find out.
Okay. So you guys... Oh, go ahead, Mom.
I think I want to find somewhere to like have a bath or something.
Well, what you're
tramping through the
seeing,
desert for several days.
what you're seeing on here is pretty much what your characters are seeing, which is to say that Hell's Gate / Heaven's Gate does not offer much in the way of amenities. It appears the houses are sort of scattered all over, built where they can. And there are a fair amount of folks kind of lurking around here. It is to your... Well, let's do this. Let's have you guys do a notice check for me.
Before we do, what was the name of the agent that we're looking for?
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
I did not write it down.
There you go. Agent Sawyer Moore.
Sawyer Moore. Excellent. Notice.
Oh, let's do this. Who's got the better notice? Oh, not Santiago.
Sorry.
I've got a D8 in it.
So.
She's one of the ones I boosted.
Oh, great. Okay, so what we would have done is just treat it as El Justo assisting you, but there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
So, Angus, you got that keen investigator's eye. So as you're walking in, what you can pick up is, you would guess, for one thing, there's people scattered all over the place here. There's no one who is particularly... what was the D8 for there, Mo?
I rolled an 8.
Right.
Doesn't that explode?
Mo, it explodes for you. Look at the...
Oh, sorry. Sorry, senior moment. Right.
That's okay. What you notice going in... Now, you don't have... before we go on, you don't have a reroll ability with notice, do you? Oh, I can't remember what your edges are.
Hang on, I've got the agent sheet up.
Oh, yep.
Investigator. You gain +2 to research and some notice rolls.
Yeah. If you click on your notice edge, will you? Or your investigator edge, will you? I think I filled in the full...
Oh, yep.
So let's see, because there is situational things. You might get an additional +2 on this. All right, +2 to search through desks, sift through stacks of junk mail. Nah, okay, so it's not that. All right.
Yeah,
still, you got to raise anyway, so it doesn't really matter. What you can pick up is that there seems to be... They're kind of... people who are sort of like... for the middle of the day, it does seem that this place is not particularly busy. Or at least the people are not particularly busy, because you're seeing lots of folks kind of lounging around outside. There are a couple of kids playing in the street. There are a bunch of what you would guess. I got one handout here to give you an idea of sort of what the townsfolk look like. They're not necessarily carrying firearms, but they're that kind of like, folks who are living hard lives. Mm-hmm. Why don't you both give us common knowledge checks, please? See what you know about Hellsgate. Santiago's never heard of it.
Nope.
Angus. So what you know is that this is a like a lot of the towns around here, based on mining. There was a mine not far off from here. And one of the reasons why this is a popular destination is on account of the what do you call it? I mean, for one thing, it's a route through towards Furnace Creek, the only community that's in Death Valley. And it is also where the, what do you call it? Freight train. Not an actual train, but like a freight trail, I suppose, of bringing ore out of here. Now, I think that's what you know for that good enough of a role, mining town. And these folks look like prospectors or miners. And this is more of a, like, it's not a factory town. It's a mining town of folks going trying to prospect. What you could separate them into, though, is those folks with those hard, rough hands, straggly beard, tattered clothing, the ones that are just trying to make their riches, and don't really care about finery. And then other folk who you'd guess them as more genteel. Their clothes are regularly laundered, mended by wives, and supporting a family. But those two groups seem to be easily intermingling. There'll be a group of 3 guys who are dressed like, townsfolk, good parishioners, and then 1 or 2 prospectors sitting with them as well, too, talking. They sort of fall silent when you guys walk past. And would you give us an occult roll, Angus? And there's something off about this place. There's you've been in towns like this before. There's just an ill air about the place. So what do you guys do?
Well, I think I'm going to go up to one of the better dressed people and say, "Howdy, sir or ma'am. Is there a lawman in town?"
Okay. Why don't you give us a persuasion check, please? This is sort of a networking thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I won't try and flash the badge yet.
Okay. I guess you get a +1 with persuasion for your badge. All right. So the group that you approach has it's same thing. 2 prospectors, 2 old guys, and a woman comes out of the house with like refreshments, and there's 2 kids who are with them as well too. And they all sort of stop, and the woman flashes a look at the men. The men folk all look up at you. 1 or 2 of them are smoking pipes, and they look at you and say, "There ain't no law here, no law folk." And looking around, it's not surprising to you that a town this small may not have a sheriff, especially with independent-minded folks here. The way that law sort of works in the community is there are marshals that are assigned by the county, and there are rangers by the state or whatever, the territory or state. And then sheriffs are just hired by the local community to sort of keep the peace. For here, it's not surprising to you that they don't have any sheriff necessarily. Probably something else that in these kind of communities, it's the wealthiest person or the noisiest person or whatnot. They may be the one who is acting as sort of the community leader in an informal way. Who are you looking for there, Fancy Dan?
One of my friends came here a few... how long ago was it that he was here? Days, weeks?
It would have been about a month or so.
Well, I'll just say a while back, one of my friends came here and we're looking for him. That's a Mr. Moore. What was the first name?
Sawyer.
Sawyer Moore.
They say, "I don't know no Sawyer Moore." "You, Ma?" And the lady looks just, "No, I don't know no Sawyer Moore."
Well, I think they're being honest here. Can I do a notice to see if they're
Interesting
telling
question.
the truth?
Yeah, why don't you give us a notice check here?
No. Okay, I'm back on the right screen.
Oh shit, the raise too. No, they're fibbing. They're fibbing for sure.
Okay, well, I won't. I'll try not to let them know that I know that they're lying.
Okay. With a raise, I
tip my
think
hat to
you
them.
could do that. What happens next, guys?
Maybe we should look for somewhere to stay, if there is such a thing.
We got a hotel.
Yeah, so I'm right now. I'm picturing Santiago's sort of a yard or two back. You're in the conversation, and since he hasn't said anything, he's
Well, in that case, I didn't want to like override everyone. I'll say, well, is there a place to stay? I lost my horse back there, and we're a bit tuckered out.
One of the guys looks up. You lost your horse. How you lose your horse?
What's the colloquial name? The rattlers? Got taken by a rattler.
Rattlers? They look at each other. You sure it didn't just run off?
Nope.
You got a raise from before. They're absolutely acting as if they don't know. They clearly know exactly what you're talking about. They're poor liars, and they are certainly not pulling one over on you. So you can take their comments in that context. You sure it didn't run off? I don't know what you're talking about. We're so far away from the Mojave. And then I think the prospector says, you know, I think them things are just made up by that tombstone epitaph anyway. There ain't no truth to them rumors. Your horse, I'm sure it just got spooked by a rattlesnake. Run off. Your friend's got his horse still.
Okay, I'll let that ride. And I'll sort of tip my hat to them and then maybe walk on a bit and then we can have a chat between ourselves a bit more privately.
So there is a place that you can see there that has the a hotel sign on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Well,
yep.
I think somewhere to rest and get a drink might not be a bad idea. But by the way...
who knows? These might be teetotalers.
Santiago, I do have a spare knife because I upgraded my main one to a Bowie knife. Apologies for not pronouncing Bowie correctly.
You will. Amigo, if you're willing to pass out a knife, I'm happy to accept.
Just make a note, I'll switch that.
Okay. All right. So you got yourself your knife. You're tucking it into your waist. You're leading bullseye along. As you guys are walking along, you can see that... I guess, like, how much time do you want to kind of amble around town before you make your way to your next destination?
I think we want to go to the hotel first, to be honest.
Okay.
Well, and we can always leave and wander around town afterward, assuming nothing happens to us. But that's sort of a big assumption in Kev's games, but you know.
Well, I want to have a look at the hotel register, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good idea, actually.
I'm not sure if hotels in the Wild West had a register, but...
Okay.
Well, they might have, like, a guest book or...
They would definitely have a guest book, yeah.
Yeah.
Should, at least. So, you guys make your way over to the hotel. You can see that there are, in the hotel, kind of what passes for their, like, restaurant, there's one or two people who are just idly having a late or an early supper or something like that. And as you walk in, there is a... kind of a heavy-set man with a big mustache, bald, who is kind of sort of like talking to the two folks who are eating, looks over and says, well, hello there, folks. I'll be with you in just a second. And he says something to the, what do you call it, to the two who are sitting down, and he walks over and he says, welcome to the Hellsgate Hotel. Oh, the Heaven's Gate Hotel, forgive me. Force of habit. Travelers from out of town, then, I take.
That we are.
Indeed.
Indeedy. His eyes seem to linger a little bit on Angus, going up and down that black suit of his. Are you looking for a place to rest for a spell, or are you just passing through? We have some lovely rooms. Lovely rooms available at very reasonable rates.
Yeah, we could certainly do with somewhere to put our feet up. It's been a hard trek.
I don't doubt. Where is it you folks are coming from? You coming from the valley, or are you coming from the territory?
the valley was where we were going through, wasn't it?
Death Valley is probably what he's referring to.
So we're territory.
Yep, Nevada territory.
Yeah. And I assume we're going to tell him the truth.
Up to you guys.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think
Santiago will say we're coming from the territory.
people have seen.
Interesting. We don't see many folks coming through now these days. It's a little yeah, not good for our business. No, not at all. And you notice kind of there's a kid, maybe a 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid who's sort of poking his head out from the hotel manager's or owner's office, who's looking out and kind of curious at you guys. He says, so then for you're heading out down into the valley, I take it?
Possibly. We're
Possibly.
we're looking for a friend.
Kind of looks at the two of you. Forgive me, fellers. I did not. It's been so long since we had new folks coming by to try and try their hand at the prospecting trade. Are you coming up here to pursue that craft?
No, sir. We are looking for an amigo of ours. Passed through here about a month ago.
An amigo.
Yeah.
Amigo of yours. Oh, really? We ain't had many Mexican fellers come by the last little while. If that's what you mean.
Oh no, pardon my it's a verbal tick of mine, because my player only knows like 5 Spanish words, so he has to use the ones that he knows. But a man named Moore.
You want to know another one? Here, I'll add to that repertoire. Abogado. Abogado means lawyer.
I almost so when we played the last one with Hobbs, I almost said capybara instead of chupacabra. That would have been hilarious if it happened naturally, and now it just sounds silly.
I'll have a killer capybara. That does feel very Deadlands. All right. So then...
a fella by the name of Moore, we believe. One of my friend here's compadres and a dear friend of mine.
Oh. Then who is it that... We haven't had anybody by for months. Who is it that
For
you're...
months?
Indeed. This... it is certainly no... it is not the season for those in the hotelier business. I assure you. What was your... you're staying for at least one night then? Do you want to stay... We have weekly rates, monthly rates?
Oh, a couple of nights at least, I think. So
Yeah, let's... Shall we settle up for a week, and if we have to leave early, keep the change?
Oh, most assuredly. He kind of looks you guys up and down. Most assuredly. It doesn't ask for any money up front. Clearly on the kind of Angus is fine. Angus is cut a little finer cloth than what Santiago is, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Most people are.
Jeez.
Santiago's got that, rough and honest look to him. And a whole $28, so I'm hoping that if that's not enough, Angus can spot me some.
yeah.
He will sit. So I was just looking up the cost because I don't know from cost of things, but let's see here. You can expect it to be. Let's see here. Food and drink. Services. Here we go. So the hotel per day would be about $1.
All right.
So it'll be $7 for the week. He cuts it down to $6 if you stay a week.
Nice.
Okay. So his name, he introduces himself as Paul McMillan. He is the proprietor of Hellsgate Hotel. Oh, sorry, Heaven's Gate Hotel. As you guys are checking in too, why don't you each give us a notice check as well?
Can I use my edge at this point? Because I'm obviously giving it an eye and seeing if any previous names.
No, just because
ring a bell.
no, you're not going to.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm signing the.
Yeah, like this is
signing.
more of a, if you're searching through a bunch of stuff. So,
okay.
wow. Santiago, pretty good. Look at that, both you guys.
Nice.
All right,
We
so
are
what you guys?
sharp-eyed.
Yeah, as you guys are talking, I think both of you are taking turns taking in, and I'll give you a little bit of information for each of you as well too. Angus, while Santiago is talking to talking to Mr. McMillan, your eyes just can't help but going back. You see the little kid listening in quite keenly as well. Seems like he's lurking around and drinking in anything that that you guys are saying. His eyes are darting back and forth as you guys are, as El Justo and Mr. McMillan are talking. You also spare a look back very briefly and surreptitiously at the folks sitting in the restaurant, or what passes for the restaurant. The two of them are, as soon as they sort of spot you looking back at them, they have both turned towards and are looking and listening in at you guys check in. They both sort of try to hide that they were listening, and you hear the clattering of forks and knives being picked up again, and they're going back to eating their meals. So clearly some folks are quite the looky-loos in here. Santiago, when he brings up the check-in book, what you can see is that it is, as you say, like you got to write in. He's writing in the names for you, but what you can see is that he's writing your name at the top of a brand new fresh sheet, and there is a next sheet over, and there is just the tattered remnants of a page that's been pulled out. And the next sheet, like from where you are, he's writing on both sides for the names of the guests and the check-ins. The name of the previous one is about a year and a bit before. There's enough space to probably
hiding what happened.
Yeah, like there's probably enough space to put like 30 or 40 guest names down on there. So whatever's been torn out, there's 2 sides worth of hotel guests that are on there. And yeah, I'll leave it to you guys to judge whether that is one page for that length of time. More than a year's worth of guests would only fill up 2 pages. Whether that's normal or not. So he's got you guys secured in a room. If you ask about a bath, he can arrange that as well too. It's a moderate fee for that, but they can get the water all boiled up and there's a tub out back they can fill up.
Excellent.
I believe I shall make do with a wash basin and a hands and face rinse.
Nice. All right. So then, guys, what happens next?
Seems like we ought to have a bit of a chat about what we have learned and what our plan of attack is. Angus, I am mighty perplexed by this little town of Heaven's Gate. Can we actually, that's one thing, so we'll start talking kind of louder and then gradually get quieter, and I'm trying to listen and see if there's like a creak of the floorboards or boards or something,
Yeah.
if somebody's listening in on our conversation.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're in the room, yeah.
So why don't you give us a notice check, please?
All right.
El Justo.
Ooh,
You want to spend a Benny?
I do want to spend a penny.
Okay. All right. So you sort of lower it down, and just outside of your room, you can hear kind of a... And you would guess it's outside in the hall. Well, I think with just a success, you hear it. With a raise, you would have been able to tell how close it is to the door.
Yeah.
Is that someone passing by? What I can tell you is with your rolls from before for notice, there were no other names in the register, and you seem to have your pick of the rooms. What he's offering you guys...
Doesn't seem like there's anybody else actually staying here, and
No.
Yeah, mighty suspicious.
So I think you guys are getting some of the rooms that are facing out back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, you can have the patio. Why don't you have the ones that face out into the street?
The right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ones that we can see. Cool.
Yep. All right. So
Be a good place for a shootout, Angus. Not that we need to get into a shootout, but if we do, it would be mighty cinematic.
yeah, most definitely. We do have a white hat and a black hat in the posse too.
And they could both get shot off in the midst of the shootout.
Exactly. All right. So guys,
all right.
So you can definitely hear someone is out there in the hallway.
Yeah. So we already used Senor Moore's name, but perhaps we should, as we speak to anyone else in town, it seems to me that there is something going on about the name change and the visitors. What do you think, Angus?
Yeah, something seems to have happened in the last, year or so. It's such out of way of a place. I wouldn't really have, news wouldn't have percolated out, would it? I don't know, maybe we should try and, on another occasion, try and, I'm saying this really quietly, maybe capture our eavesdropper.
Angus, you are a good un amigo bueno, but that is not the way that I operate, unfortunately. I am more of a speak to people up front and less of a deceptive, underhanded rogue ever since I turned over a new leaf when our mutual friend, Senor Moore, he helped me out in a rough situation when I was just a young cowpoke and did not know the importance of being an upright man. And ever since, I have been the upright gentleman that you see before you today.
Now,
it'd be interesting to see if we flashed the badge, whether that would help. But I think maybe stay undercover for a bit and maybe have a meal and a wander around town in the evening to see if we can see anything. And then maybe tomorrow morning we can decide if we want to investigate people. If it's been renamed Heaven's Gate, that strikes me there should be a church somewhere here. So,
did we see a steeple or a cross on any of the buildings or anything like that?
It's tough to tell because the town is sort of up and down and whatnot. You didn't see anything in the part of town you've seen thus far. That doesn't mean that something's not out there. If you go on your balcony, actually, and you look out to the north or northwest, looks like there is a chapel of some kind.
Oh, excellent. We could go speak to the man of the cloth and see if he has anything to say about what is going on.
Now, let's see here. I'm going to quickly, while you guys are talking, just because I think it'll be interesting to explore this, I'm going to draw a card for you, Santiago. Diamonds. So the backstory is something your hero wants or already has. It might be a material possession, recognition, a political goal, or even a trip he wishes to take to some amazing destination. How can you... I'm going to ask you to connect that to Agent Moore. So again, the diamonds for backstory is something your hero wants or already has.
Has. How metaphorical can I get?
As much as you want to.
All right. What I already have is my good name, and Agent Moore helped me to restore it. When I was a young vaquero, I was a bit of a cattle rustler and an outlaw, and I got into fights, and I had all sorts of troubles following me around like a cloud on a dark day. But Senor Moore, he one time, I had gotten into something of a fist fight, got beaten up, and he stepped in, helped me up, talked to the barkeep and settled my debt, and told me, you young man, you are going to learn to be good.
Can I make a suggestion? What if, in light of your general poor character and stuff like that, you took the blame for what was later to be determined to be a supernatural thing. You were being blamed for that. He came to town, cleared it up, and
excellent. That's even better. I was just gonna do I cheated at gambling and was getting beaten up, and no, but that's great. So something nasty and supernatural. Who knows what it was? I can barely remember after the head wound that I suffered a year later. But whatever it was, who knows?
Yeah.
Senior Moore came in and he talked to the sheriff, plucked me right out of jail, and told me that I was a free man as long as I lived up to the righteous code that he professed.
Love it.
And ever since, I have been the upright caballero that you see before you today.
All right. Then you get a Benny for that. That's terrific.
Excellent. Man, I got to do this role playing on 1 hour sleep more often. I'm having a blast.
That's great. And then Angus, let's see here. This will be for your backstory. You're going to tell us a little bit about something that happened with Agent Moore. Clubs. Clubs is a tale of misfortune from your hero's past, perhaps revealing something of your hindrances or a dark secret. Can you connect that to Agent Moore?
Yeah, let's see what I got.
So I see your hindrances are driven. There's an evil out there, true evil, and you're going to stop it. And curious.
I think maybe this was probably how I got recruited. Maybe I had, when I was a younger man, probably 5 or 6 years ago, maybe, that my curiosity got me into trouble. And it was a case that Mr. Moore was investigating. And I got in over my head, and he sort of pulled me out of the fire, and that's how I became driven to seek out and destroy supernatural threats.
Okay. So driven, yeah, that is a major hindrance. That means that it comes up frequently and causes peril for you and those around you. So your driven hindrance is that, it's the Judge Dredd kind of thing of like, I don't care about mitigating circumstances. Doesn't mean that you're like committed to the law. I mean that your overriding goal towards doing those things can really fuck over, other people's plans and other people's ways of trying to approach things more delicately. So that's awesome. Okay.
Sir Yvain, lawful badass alignment.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not averse to like pulling out the badge and sticking the Gatling pistol in people's faces if it has to
Excellent.
be done.
Okay,
But he just doesn't do that every time straight off. But if you think someone's like really hiding something and he needs to push it, he will do.
Excellent. So that means you are you also get a Benny. That's great. All right, so then guys, you had mentioned something with your the shadow who is maybe in the hall there. Do you guys plan on doing anything with that, or do we want to move on to the next
Well, maybe
scene?
So Santiago heard it, so maybe if he sort of like indicates the door, I'll keep talking loudly as if we're having a conversation, and I'll nod towards the door, and maybe he goes and
I got a better. Let's up the ante. What I will do is I will go like this, the universal hand signal for keep talking, and I will go out onto the balcony very stealthy like and try to climb down and come back into the front door and up the stairs to pincer attack whoever it is who's watching.
Sure.
us.
So why don't you give us a stealth check then, Santiago?
Excellent. I do have stealth. That's good that I have it.
Yeah. So I'll be doing a long drawn out story about some adventure I had when I was younger.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm sure I've heard it before, but I will love to hear it again once I am back in your company, Angus.
Nice. Okay.
Excellent.
So yeah, you get on the balcony. You like silent as a cat. Go over the side, drop yourself down, and then down onto the front. You spare a look inside. You can see Mr. McMillan is working on something on, at the desk. He turns and walks inside his the manager's office. You look over at the whoever was eating in there before. They finished up and have left. So you're able to walk in and make your way up the stairs. You get to the hallway that leads down. It's that kid. He's got his ear flush against the door and is listening in. Doesn't seem to be aware of you.
Oh. Santiago cannot just grab a kid. That's not in his nature. Oh, but he could. And he's not gonna. He's gonna be. Okay. I got an idea. Something I'm gonna be terrible at, of course, because that's always the most fun thing.
Heck yeah.
So I am going to. I'm gonna try to. What I want to do is sort of come up behind the kid and sort of get close enough that I can sort of open up the door and stand between him and the empty room, if that makes sense, if that's possible. Does the door open in? I guess if the door opens in, I could do that, but if it opens out, I probably couldn't.
Probably opens in.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, so yeah, what I want to do is basically he's up leaning against the door, and I want to get close and just sort of, rapid with my gunslinger hand, just turn the knob and open it up so that the kid is standing between me and Angus.
Sure, yeah. So you don't need to make another stealth check, but let's just make because you are stealthing along here, let's make it an athletics check, I think. But a minus.
I'm also happy. So one of the things I was thinking is to do an intimidate check, which I will take a penalty for bluffing, because I'm not going to just grab the kid, but to try to look sort of big and imposing as he turns and sees me and convince him.
So that'll be a separate action. I won't make you take the multi. What I'm thinking right now is for you to sneak up and then get in fast enough. That's going to be a multi-action thing, because you're doing two things kind of at the same time. Give us an athletics check at -2.
Athletics at -2.
And then we'll give you a...
Oh!
You want to Benny that?
I'm just burning through bennies, but I think I'm going to spend it.
Nice. Go. Oh, so
enough.
Close. All right, so you sort of get your hand on the door. The kid turns around. And why don't you give us a intimidate? You did surprise him, so I'm going to give you +2 to surprise, and it's a kid. And I'll make his spirit roll.
So I have this lion eyes hindrance. And I suspect that it probably plays in because of Santiago's general good nature and his upright behavior that the kid doesn't know, but he is essentially, he's not going to play bad cop against the kid. He's too much of a softie.
Okay, so go ahead and give us a intimidation. I'll tell you what he rolled. I actually only rolled a 1. So as long as you don't roll a 1.
So, yeah.
All right. So you beat me by 4. You beat me, and you beat me by 4, which means you got a raise on it too. So he is shaken technically.
Oh no!
So he is just standing, and you're able to just work the door, push it open, and you've now got yourself in that position. So Angus, the door opens up, and this kid is standing cowering below El Justo.
I'll say, well, come in, Master. We're not going to hurt you.
Okay. Why don't you give us a persuasion roll, please? This is going to kind of set... Okay. You want to spend a Benny, or you want to take that?
Yeah, I'll spend a Benny on that.
Okay. Nice. Success.
Nice.
All right, so he sort of looks up at you, Santiago, and you that piece of... or blade of grass that's in your mouth shifts from one side to the other. Looks back at Angus and says, "All right, sir." And he walks in, and he says, he immediately starts stammering out, "I'm so sorry, sir. I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I didn't mean to be. Oh God! Please don't tell my dad."
Oh, that's all right. Just tell us why you were listening. Was it my story or something else?
It's just my pappy said I'm too nosy. He told me that curiosity kills a cat, but I just... Sir, there's just not much that goes on around here. And the last man who came in looking like you, he had all sorts of interesting stories too. So but then he realized, he gives a look at the two of you and realized that he may have said something he shouldn't have said.
Well, that's all right. I'm very curious. So why don't you sit down and tell us about my friend? When did he come?
So he has. I don't.
If he didn't claim out, Santiago will say something to try to
Yeah.
kind of work him a little bit.
I'll say, there's a nice shiny silver dollar for you if you're good.
So that'll give a +2 to the roll. Santiago, what are you thinking of saying?
So I'm gonna sort of crouch down a little bit, get sort of on his level and sort of hold out a hand and say, Nino, I know it seems difficult to trust a stranger, but let me tell you that this man, this friend of my friend Angus and my own friend, he is a good man, and if there is something afflicting your little town of Heaven's Gate, we will help solve whatever problem that there is here if we can as well.
Okay.
I'm basically trying to tell him, like, if there's something wrong, tell us about it, because we're going to solve it and find our friend, not just...
Sure. So why don't you give us a persuasion roll, and I'm going to give you a +2 to it. And what you need to you're going to want to shoot for an 8 here, because if you get a raise, then that'll bump up Angus's initial roll.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh! So close. All right. So what he says, he says, his hands go out and he's touching the coin, and then it's like, no, my pappy said we can't say nothing. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I promise. I swear to... And he kind of stops talking. I promise. I promise I won't. Please let me go. Please don't tell my pappy.
Well, just... We promise we will not tell your pappy. But, can I ask... amigo, there seems to be some strange affliction to this town. If there's something we can do to help, we are capable men who are committed to righteousness.
So the kid is reaching that level of, like, where he doesn't really know how to respond or how to have... His eyes are welling up with tears.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Santiago would say it anyway, even if he notices that.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't have really anything else to say, I will sort of turn to Angus and say, I think El Nino might scamper on home.
Well, I will say, this is I am on official business, so was my friend, and I will show him the badge. Can I make a?
No. So what I'm doing,
you're
guys,
not...
is just like in Jackals too. Like when you make a roll to give them consequence, when you make a roll, that's sort of how the scene's going to play out.
Right.
Okay. But what you've done though is, as soon as we introduce new things, then there may be modifiers. And then, sorry, go ahead, Arlen.
Well, I was going to say I got a 7.
Yep.
The badge gives +1 to certain rolls. But can we retroactively add that to the 7, or can we just roll again?
What it'll do is you gave +1 to his roll from your roll. You just didn't give +2. Angus, because from giving the money, also gives +2, which gives net +3. If he pulls the badge out for law-respecting people, an extra 1. There's your raise on this kid.
Nice.
Yeah, so good job, guys. So then, if you take that out, he looks up and like a kid, right? Like whatever emotional upset was about to happen is immediately erased when he sees it. He says, "You got one too."
Is there another? Your townsfolk told us there was no lawman in town. Is there another?
Not in town, but about a month back. 2 months back. That man came. There was a man that came through. He dressed just like him. He points it to Angus.
I know he's a good man, and we are attempting to aid him if that is possible.
His eyes sort of snap from the badge over to you. He says, he ain't here no more.
Do you know where he is?
He once again kind of climbs up. You don't need to make a roll for it. The kid, like, all color drains from his face.
Yeah.
And you guys hear, I'm not going to knock because the dog will go bananas, but you hear then a rap at the door. Excuse me. And he kind of looks up. It's Mr. MacMillan's voice. And the kid...
I'll usher him to the side so he's not in view of the door.
Okay.
Or maybe under the bed.
Yep.
Okay. So he scampers under there like he's done it 100 times.
Of course.
Okay. So
and I'll open the door and let Angus kind of still at his seat.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. So you open the door and Mr. MacMillan there in all his bulk and big mustache is there and says, "Sorry to disturb you, gentlemen. The bath should be ready for you momentarily, but you did get word too. I'm not sure what your interest is, but our pastor, Pastor Rockhold, he has extended an invitation for you to join him for dinner, if you like."
It's mighty hospitable of him. If you will pass along our acceptance, I am sure that we would love to join him for dinner. Rockhold, that's how you spell it.
Yeah.
I was close.
German descent.
Ah.
Very, very well. I'll tell his son.
Before you leave, Senor MacMillan, I do not possess an extra change of clothes. Will that be a problem for the pastor? Is he...
No. Pastor's, he's not like them highfalutin types in some places. He, before he came to Hellsgate, Heaven's Gate, he was, he had a flock out in the Mojave, further in California. When they came out here. So his folk know rough living, and for those folks of us in town, we ain't got time for those kind of airs. So no offense meant, sir, he says to Angus. But if you'll find that he will accept it as he is.
Well, that is very generous of him.
Because I'm building on the notice that you rolled before. You know, like when someone like gives praise or towards something, but you feel like they're talking around something.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that he's saying, or rather that he's not saying about the pastor. You get, he's trying to hide it quite well, but he doesn't sound excited for you to be meeting with the pastor, and he seems to be more reciting what he knows about him rather than gushing over this fellow. If you were to guess, this might be an Angus, maybe this is something with your keen investigator's eye. If someone wanted to not badmouth someone or stay in someone's good graces, but they didn't like them, that might be the kind of thing that they might say.
All right, I got an idea. So I will sort of lean in almost conspiratorially a little bit with Senor MacMillan. And I will say, Senor MacMillan, please do not share with my friend Angus, but he can have a bit of a temper and a sharp tongue. Is there any... I know it is good policy not to discuss religion nor politics with civilized company. Any other topics we should stay away from with the pastor, because Angus has a willingness to speak about things he feels passionate about.
Oh, Why don't you give us a persuasion check?
All right.
And I'll give you a +1 to this as well, too. Sorry.
Excellent.
This guy seems...
Still on the submit.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
So you clearly charmed him a bit, too. What happens is, like, this is where we would transition, slowly from one more upbeat kind of tune. Something a little more insidious. He goes chalk white. And he looks at you and says, "Don't ask questions." And he looks over at Angus, like as if he was in trying to communicate something. Like, looks over. I'll have that bath ready for you shortly, sir. And he looks at you, another stern look, and then hustles off. And as he's walking away, he says, "Where is that boy anyway? Kenneth! Kenneth, where are you?"
As Santiago's closing the door behind him, he's got to...
Okay.
For the boy looking from under the bed.
Yeah, exactly. He's got his head poking up from
Yes, Kenneth goes out the back.
Yeah, we can send him out the balcony like I went.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sorry, Mr. MacMillan.
I mean, we're not... I don't
coming
think
out our balcony and he fell and...
Yeah.
So
we'll just let him go out the regular door in a minute.
As the door closes, what do you guys wish to do next?
Maybe Kenneth knows anything about Mr. Pastor.
We could ask him about the pastor, although I think the boy has been pressured enough. Amigo, I think we have laid a heavy burden upon his frail shoulders, and perhaps best to spread our questions elsewhere.
Yep, good idea. In that case, I think I'll go and have the bath just to not raise any suspicions.
Was it $1 that you were giving the kid?
Yep.
Okay. So he's
I do actually have, well, the coin I showed was actually the Britannia. But I do have a silver coin.
Yeah. All right. So so he and if you offer the balcony, it may not surprise you to see that he shimmies down that thing like he's a squirrel.
Of course.
Definitely not the first time he's done that. Mm-hmm. So Angus, you get to have a good soak outside. It definitely relieve some of those bumps and bruises that you got from the trail. The thought of either returning out the other way or making your way towards the valley, like back out to the territory or towards the valley, neither of those seems like a really great way to go on foot. But Santiago, what do you do while Angus is enjoying his bath?
Is there a full stable or just like a hitching post or something?
There will be a stable to put him in to get him out of the sun, but it's really more of like an exposed, there's a stall on the side of the hotel.
Penthouse.
Yeah, a stall with a roof, but not really much anything
what is that,
else.
Cantilevered roof kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then I will seat a bullseye. I suspect he is in need of some brushing down and a bit of, maybe a carrot or two as reward for getting us out of trouble.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't really get us out of trouble, he just sort of got us out of the area after we got ourselves out of trouble. But I always feel like Bullseye deserves a reward no matter what he did.
Absolutely. A little sugar cube comes out of your saddlebag.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. So do you guys want to talk about your meeting with the Pastor Rockhold?
Yeah, so well, obviously we can't go in like guns blazing. I suggest we go in and just see what happens.
Amigo, is guns a-blazing in your mind as to an option?
Well, no, I'm not going to turn up with my Gatling pistol on my hip, exposed like that. It's a bit too blatant. I think maybe I might carry my backpack with me and have it
for
there.
snakes and such. Like carrying,
well, yeah, you don't really need a Gatling.
Yeah, carrying an iron is just what people do. That's okay. But maybe don't set it spinning around the pastor.
Well, having 2 plus the Derringer plus the, I mean the Derringer would be hidden, but the Winchester, like having one like a sidearm at your hip, that's not going to cast this. That's not
no. I was thinking I just have the normal sidearm and have the Gatling in the bag.
Okay.
and I assume we leave the Winchester.
Yeah, we'll
Is there
probably
a way
leave
we
our
can lock this up?
rifles.
Is there- I didn't catch that, Mo. What'd you say?
Well, is there somewhere where we can securely store it? I was wondering.
There's
I was going to leave the Winchester back in the hotel, to be honest.
yeah, you can just leave that.
Yeah.
So you got two. You're gonna have two guns with you.
I think I'll carry my backpack with me, and I'll put the Gatling pistol in it.
That will be unusual. This isn't a fantasy game where you're. Like, picture what Western have you seen where someone shows up at dinner bringing their travel bag with them?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Here, while Angus decides, Santiago, he is gonna, in case we have to make a swift getaway, he's gonna put the Winchester in the saddle holster of Bullseye.
Okay.
You know, in case, just because. He's gonna have his iron on his hip. He's got his knife in his borrowed knife in its sheath. But you know, he's gonna do his best to wash up in the wash basin, you know, slick his hair back and roll up his sleeves and maybe even try to dust off some of the trail dust from his you know, untie his bandana and shake it out. He's trying to make himself look a little more presentable than he normally is.
Yep. Mr. McMillan will, to the best he can, like sweep off Angus's suit and his hat.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna. There's no dry cleaner in town, but they definitely will get your, or Chinese laundry, I suppose. But they will get your all your jacket and whatnot look as clean as it can, Angus. So you'll be making them both best presentation. In fact, he even gives you a saucer so you can shave before you head in as well too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, excellent.
All right. So with you guys, clean shaven, restored from the bath, and dandied up, Santiago, you guys make your way over to the what do you call it? Over to the church. And as you guys are walking over, what you find is that it seems that there's some like outside the church itself is. Like maybe a general store or something like that. Some very plain-looking building that's been converted with a long spire on it. But of note, there's no cross on it. There's no cross at the top yet. And set out front, there's a couple of tables right outside. You know, it's and so there's some torches that are burning, sort of like an Old West version of like tiki torches. And you can see that from the small crowd of about maybe 15 or 20 people that are gathered there. Again, a mix of like what you'd think of like townsfolk or ranchers and the what do you call it? And the prospectors. There's a man who walks up and smiles. You can see there's a white collar with a black coat, black vest, black surcoat on. Walks up to you and says, "Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Amos Rockhost. I am Reverend of this church, and you are my guests. Please, won't you take a seat?" And with that, guys, we'll bring our session to a close.
Dinner, are they?
Sorry?
I'm not saying that out loud, but Santiago is thinking they're not having us for dinner, are they?
Yes. I'll give you your Serio Reverend Amos Rocco. There you go. Alrighty. Then, guys, with that, we bring our session to a close. But our first two-parter. So, but for each of you guys who played tonight, you guys will get another advancement. So please feel free to spend that accordingly. If you're buying a new edge, be mindful of the tier requirements for it and other requirements. Otherwise, I look forward to hearing what you guys are going to select for your advancements. For those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for a Savage Sunday with a return back to the Weird West of Pinnacle Entertainment's Deadlands. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, regarding the campaign, regarding the game we're playing, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, you can find a link in the description of the video to the Dungeon Musings Discord server. We have channels dedicated to most of the campaigns we run on the channel, most of the games we run on the channel, as well as a bunch of assorted channels as well, like finding a group, like setting up virtual tabletops, lots of great people, lots of great conversation. You are more than welcome to join us over there. In addition, there is a link in the description of the video to the Pinnacle Entertainment site as well, too. If you do want to go over and see what, see more about Deadlands or these games. Arlen had mentioned, I think on stream as well, too, but certainly beforehand, that the print version of Deadlands, the newest Deadlands for Adventure Edition of Savage Worlds, is not available in print yet, but you can get it from DriveThruRPG, and you can get it from the Heroes site directly, I think. In addition...
Pinnacle Entertainment, if you pre-order the print book, you get the PDF now.
Nice. Great.
Yeah.
And it is, it's great. I mean, like I've run it now 3 times for it, and there is an enormous amount of material in all the Savage Worlds. They're not very big, but the amount of content that they cram in for making adventures is really quite impressive for all their products. In addition, there is a link in the description of the video to something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign that we run on the channel. It benefits SOS Children's Villages International, a terrific organization active in over 130 countries that benefits over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children from around the world. And all donations that go there go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it comes to the channel. None of it goes to any other middleman. It just goes to help out those kids. In addition, there is, from now until August 1st, 2021, for every $25 that you donate, you get one chance to win the grand prize or one of the other prizes from our next charity raffle. The grand prize in that raffle will be a copy of Beadle and Grimm's Legendary Edition Curse of Strahd, a really amazing product that they put out as part of the relaunch of Curse of Strahd. We're going to have other prizes available as we go through the next 4 months, but for now, those are the only ones we know about that. There'll also be some cool stuff from the Dungeon Musings Redbubble shop, for sure, as well as likely some other prizes. And in addition to getting a chance to win some prizes and help some kids, you also get to have a say on what games we play on the channel for our charity sessions. So our next charity session will be a sci-fi game of some kind, so you will be voting on one of those. And be sure, if you have donated so far, to check back in the week before our next charity session, which will be at the end of April. It will be the Simba Room, dark fantasy game from Free League. So last thing I want to say is... Say again?
Another Saturday afternoon slot?
Yes.
Is the plan, or are you going to...
Yep, Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. Excellent.
Awesome. And speaking of charity sessions, next weekend as well, too, we have Arlen running a charity marathon on his YouTube channel. I will be playing in 2 of the sessions of that as well, too. So if you want to see me step out from behind the DM screen and have Arlen assume that awesome responsibility, by which I mean incredibly fun role, then you get to do that. And then, likewise, all the... session is likewise in support of the Heroes Save Villages initiative. So Arlen, thank you very much for running that.
Assuming I survive, I shall be back for more Deadlands on Sunday.
Nice. Awesome. So then, for those listening at home, once again, thank you so much. Oh, the last thing I'll say is a big thank you to our posse. So Mo and Arlen, thank you so much for playing again today, guys. I'm really enjoying these Deadlands games. They're a hoot. And I can't believe how fast the sessions blow by, too. We had this experience with Savage Rifts as well, too, where like 4 hours blew by faster than we expected. So, lots of ways the game definitely keeps you engaged. Then, we'll be back next Sunday with another continuation of this story with another Savage Sunday. Until then, if you're listening during the current crisis, we do hope this finds you healthy, safe, and weathering the current crisis as well as can be expected. We hope we gave you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles our posse gets up to in the Wild West or the Weird West. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.
And happy Easter.
And happy Easter, too.